Whoa, I gotta go into this movie with high hopes. The subscribers predicted that I'd give it an A. I'm not sure if that's happened before. It might have, but I can't remember for what. It certainly hasn't happened a lot, so let's see if Spider-Man No Way Home is A material. There's a lot to really like about the film, especially if you're a fan of both the MCU movies and the many Spider-Man movie series as a whole. The movie picks right up where Spider-Man Far From Home left off, and I really dig how Peter's life has now become sort of a reality show, with cameras always following him around, helicopters outside of his apartment, and throughout all of that, he's just a good dude who is genuinely concerned more so about those closest to him than he is himself. It's about a guy who's a loyal friend, and yeah, he makes a lot of mistakes in the film, and decisions that have pretty devastating consequences. But it all does come from his heart being in the right place. Not only does the plot work well in bringing back very familiar faces from the Spider-Man series, but I like that he's really trying to come up with a noble way to handle all of it. The tension they create in the first act works, when Peter's on the highway and he's trying to fix a situation with a college he and his friends are trying to get into. And you're sitting there waiting for something intense to happen, and it does. Not only do you have these iconic characters coming in, but 98% of it is more than just a cameo. They are very important to the plot, and the script gives them all something to do. And they work right along with the theme of the movie, being that regardless of what universe you're in, some things will play out the same, but slightly different, or maybe even at a different point in your life. Some of it is like a better version of Star Trek Into Darkness. The movie does let moments be sad, and there's even closure from plot points set up in previous movie series that maybe weren't followed through too well, or we never got to see a continuation. So with all that being said, is this a movie that I give an A to? No. I don't know. What I'm gonna criticize about it, maybe it's just me. And if you don't have a problem with any of this, you might fall in love with this film like a lot of people have. Sometimes I'm just sick to death of the MCU style humor in these films. And I don't mean humor in general, because Spider-Man movies always have humor. I mean the MCU style humor. There's times the classic characters feel like the people you know from the other movies, but a lot of times they're not talking like these characters. They're talking like the writers riffing on these characters. There's a lot of moments where they'll be mentioning something from the other movies, and they're not saying it in a way that feels like it actually happened to them. They're saying it like they're aware they're talking about something that happened in a movie. They say things like, "Oh, I fell in this one thing. Oh, I fell in this thing. Whoa, we gotta stop falling and stuff." Or when Peter goes, "What's your name?" "Dr. Otto Octavius." "That's a stupid name." Like, oh god, MCU, shut up. They're in the basement of Stephen Strange. The movie is a love letter, sure, but it's a love letter if the person writing it called you an asshole every other paragraph. Too many of these people talk the same, regardless if you're a hero or a villain. It's got that too cool for school MCU dialogue that just comes across as condescending. You know, with things like, "And then the big purple guy with the big shiny things fought the giant green dude. Oh, did someone say black ooze? Oh yeah, whatever happened to that guy with the black ooze?" Stop it! The movie stops for shtick a lot, like you're seeing classic comic book characters night at the Improv. Like, "Here's this familiar face, let's throw biscuits at him for a minute." They're talking to each other like Jimmy Fallon got the actors to play the characters for an in-jokey bit on The Tonight Show. And I'm sorry, Ned annoys the hell out of me. You'll have big action scenes going on, but oh, let's cut to Ned doing shtick with a ring. Or let's have him say something stupid about a plant that could be cut from the movie like all of his dialogue. God, and then there's a part where Peter's like, "I'm gonna need some help," and then he brings in Ned. Why? God forbid the writers don't have someone there to say stupid shit. So yeah, I did have problems with this, but there are still really solid moments with these characters, and it is an entertaining movie, and it's nice to see closure in a lot of areas. But boy, did this really make me appreciate the humor of the other series even more. I was hoping this would be one of my favorites of the MCU movies in recent years, but like a lot of these I see, it's a B. It does stand out to me a lot more than something like Black Widow or Shang-Chi, or definitely The Eternals. And it is one that's fun enough that I could have it on TV if I need something entertaining on when I'm doing stuff. But it's a movie I wish I loved, and I don't. It's just fine as all. But clearly I would have given it an A if it included Nicholas Hammond or the Turkish crime boss Spider-Man. Thanks for watching, everyone, and stay tuned because we'll have a review coming up for Guillermo del Toro's Nightmare Alley, and we'll see you next time.